Good afternoon, all. Thank you for joining us at the Chelsea Sharks Media Interaction with Chelsea Sharks prop Thomas du Toit. I'm now going to open the floor for questions. Kate, you can go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Thomas. Just a quick one unrelated to a game. I believe you guys have signed Usia Masuku as your upcoming fly half for maybe remainder of the season or maybe next season. What do you believe Masuku brings to the Sharks, and what have you personally observed about him and his game that you believe will be a good addition to the side?
To be honest with you, I've got no idea that we've signed him. I don't know if it's true or false, but that's the first time I've heard of it.
Okay.
Thank
Sorry.
you. Next question, please.
Should I go, Nabashni?
Devin, you can go.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Thomas, I just want to clarify, because I know you're obviously heading away at the end of the season. When does your contract with the Sharks actually finish? What date?
There's no real timeline to it. But there's after my last game, so whenever that is, might be the quarter semis or finals.
So when you say the last game, I mean, I'm just asking because there's been it's a little bit unclear at the moment how many guys will still be playing in Currie Cup, because the URC finishes long before the Currie Cup finishes. So I was just wondering if you were still here into June, because my question really is that this could be your last home game on Saturday, certainly in the URC.
Yes, it will definitely be my last URC game at Kings Park.
Okay, so obviously that's you've been playing since, I think when Jake was coaching in 2014, so it's is it quite a sort of emotional time for you?
Yeah, last week I think it definitely settled a little bit. I just realized that 10 seasons or a decade basically coming to an end at a union that I've really tried to be loyal at that I've been here. Definitely sinking in. Definitely emotional, but there's an exciting season in my life that in our lives that are waiting. So on the one hand, it's definitely hurting a little bit leaving, but on the other side, it's exciting.
Thanks. Obviously, sorry. I suppose Sia's playing as long. He hasn't been around as long as you have. He was playing for the Stormers in 2014, but it'll also be his last game too. Are you guys sort of thinking about that sort of thing, or normally players say that they try and put those things out of their mind. But I'm thinking of you and Sia. There might be more, but those are the two that we know about.
Yeah, I think Gavin, if you're a bit naive if you don't think about it and you don't kind of work through those emotions. So it's definitely something I've been processing for the last 2 weeks or so. But yeah, definitely. Listen, my job is a rugby player, so I need to play good rugby, and I want to leave this union on a very big high, as high as possible. It's a scenario now of leaving the jersey in a better state that you got it. So it's a thing that we always speak about, but now it's reality, and now it needs to happen from my side.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mike. You can go ahead.
How's it, Thomas? Just looking at Munster. Obviously, you guys sort of had a little game against them a couple of weeks ago. What do you expect from them this time around? Do you expect 54 points again, or what are your thoughts on them coming back now?
Look, I definitely don't think it's going to be the same team that rock up here, especially with the way that we played against them last time. They're going to be much better prepared. I think they had some hard and tough conversations within their own camp. And yes, definitely they're not going to be the same side. They played an unbelievable game against the Stormers in the other week, and I think that we're going to see more of that. I think the coach made it very clear the points that they needed to work on, especially after our game, and they definitely got it right in the Stormers game. So definitely a different ball game. Not expecting 50 points. If it comes, we'll definitely take it. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game.
Thank you,
Thomas. Just carrying on. What is in it for you guys? Are you chasing bonus points? Or are you trying to restrict them from bonus points? Is it just a win? How do you approach this game?
Yeah, listen, Mike. We obviously we want to end within the top 7. So, we, as high as possibly can, we're not looking further than what we need to create inside of our own team. So we're not looking at the other games, who's winning and who's losing. We're just focusing on us and the amount of points that we're going to get. So we're focusing on a win first and foremost, and then after that, hopefully we can get a bonus point.
Thank you. Percival, followed by Kaniso.
Thank you so much, Novashni. Novashni, I'm more than willing to wait after my colleague for Afrikaans, please, ma'am.
Okay, Kaniso, let's go ahead first and then followed by Percival.
Thanks, Percy. Thomas, good afternoon to all the colleagues here. All the best with your trip with future endeavors with Harlequins. Just a quick one, Thomas, on Sia in particular. What kind of impact has he had at the Sharks? Yes, he arrived, you were there. But as Sia, is the game also elevated to a stratospheric level at the Sharks? So just talk us through the Sia you've experienced at the Sharks and how important it's been for the franchise.
Sia is a natural leader, and I think one of the traits that he's got is he really gets along with most people. And I think it's what's part of what makes him a very good leader. So I think he's brought that personality and that inclusiveness to the Sharks, and he's definitely done well in getting to know everyone and having some personal relationships with people, and not just being superficial about it, and really digging in and getting to know the guys. So he's definitely had a good impact with the players and their personalities. Obviously, you can't get you won't get to know everyone on that type of level, but he's really tried, and I think he's done a hell of a lot of good things at the Sharks, and he's been very involved with the community and with everything that he's doing. So he's been a great personality to have, and I hope in the future that we can work more together.
Thank you.
Percival, you can go ahead.
Once again, thank you so much, Novashni. Goedemiddag, Thomas. Thomas, jammer, net 'n korreksie van my doelendes voor ek verder begin. Waarna toe skuif jy na jou laaste wedstryd met die Sharks?
Wel, ze skuif hopelijk dan in de quarter semis in de JRC. Maar als ik klaar maak bij die Sharks en hopelijk ga ik Wereldbeker toe, dan ga ik in november aansluiten bij Bath in de UK, die permissive span.
Die Bath. Thomas, hier is mijn aanvankelijke vraag. Zeg al vanaf my jy het Engels genoem, as dit lekker baie emosionele tydperk wat jy die laaste 2 weke ten minste oorgegaan het. Jy noem ook in Engels is 'n dekade wat tot 'n einde kom hierso. Hoe belangrik is vir jou soos jy in Engels sê om op hierdie seisoen op 'n hoë noot, het dit die laaste wedstryd of die laaste 4 wedstryde op 'n hoë noot af te eindig?
Ja, kijk, dis vir my die belangrikste ding op die oomblik in my loopbaan, om die beste rugby te speel wat ek kan. Soos ek gesê het in Engels, ek voel op hierdie oomblik gaan dit vir my oor om die try in 'n beter posisie te los as wat ek het gevind het, en dit is iets waaroor ons baie keer gesels, selfs voor 'n wedstryd, iets om jou 'n bietjie te motiveer, maar nou is dit werklikheid vir my. Dit is nou die oomblik vir my om eintlik hierdie try te los het in so 'n goeie plek dat mense daaroor praat en sê wat 'n standaard dit gelos is, en hopelik word daai standaard verbeter. So dis die posisie waarin ek nou is, en ek is baie opgewonde om dit is my belangrik. Ek dink ek is nie een van daai persone wat 'n 10 jaar loopbaan by een unie net gaan weggooi en maak asof dit niks beteken het. Dit het vir my baie beteken, en ek is besig om deur te werk. So is my belangrik, dis vir my emosioneel, maar ek hanteer dit die beste manier as wat ek kan, en my manier hoe ek dit wil hanteer is om goeie rugby te speel.
Meneer Toit, wiskunde is my sterk punt, meneer. Verduidelik vanaf my, die uitdaging is eintlik groot hierdie naweek teen Munster. Wat het julle nodig om, soos jy sê, om moontlik in 'n top 7 posisie te eindig?
Ja, kyk, ek dink rugby sal maar altyd 'n eenvoudige wedstryd wees vir my. Ek dink ons gaan definitief forward dominance nodig hê. Ons gaan daai pak van hulle moet kan skram, maul en 'n goeie lynstaan bal kan kry, goeie platforms kan maak vir ons agterspelers om aan mee te val. En ek dink ons afbreekpunte gaan massief wees vir ons hierdie naweek. Ek dink hulle het definitief gewys teen die Stormers dat hulle baie verbeter het op dit. En dit is 'n afdeling wat ons moet in versterk. As ons nie gaan nie, dan gaan ons definitief 'n moeilike opdraande hê teen hulle.
Thank you. Next question.
Sorry, Novashni, can I ask one last question, please? Thank you, Novashni. Thomas, dit my laaste vraag dan. Jy sê dit direk, maar jy sê dit dan indirek. As julle dan poog om eerstens te wen en dan potensieel 'n bonuspunt te bereik, teken julle indirek ook die Bulls wat tans in die 7de plek is en hulle is so desperaat om in hy top 7 te eindig.
Kyk, soos wat ek gesê het, ek dink ons kan baie verder kyk as wat buite ons kamp op die oomblik aangaan nie. Daar's in hierdie kompetisie daar's soveel snaakse goed as al gebeur hierdie seisoen. Oor spanne wat oor see speel, wegspeel van die huis af en goeie wenne kry. So ons kan ongelukkig nie kyk na wat die ander spanne gaan doen en hoe hulle gaan wen of verloor en waar dit ons op die laag gaan sit nie. Vir ons weet ons net ons moet in hierdie wedstryd 4 of 5 punte kry. Dis al wat vir ons belangrik is.
Thank you so much, Natasha. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you. Next question, please. Are there any further questions? If not, thank you, media. Dylan, your hand's raised. You can go ahead. Dylan?
Thanks, Navashti. Sorry, it's a little bit sluggish. My internet's a little bit sluggish this side. Thank you. Hi, Thomas. Hope you're well. Just specifically looking at Munster, what do you think they specifically did better against the Stormers that they didn't do the last time that they were in Durban?
They definitely targeted the Stormers' breakdown and they did very well in it. Their tackle completion was high and they really had a good tackle fight. So ball was relatively slow for Stormers, and their own ball on attack was relatively quick. So I think that was a big part of the improvements that they made. And on the other hand, I think they set piece functioned very well. They got their lineouts, they scrummed well. Although the Stormers pack is a big pack and they do well, and that field is not great, they really stood up to the challenge. And yeah, after that, some magic moments and good attack, and that was one in the game.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Other questions? Okay. If not, thank you everyone for your time. Thomas, thank you for yours.